Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 7, Crossed. I'm your host Clio, and with me I have John, Pat and Michelle, and Dom.
What's up?
John, did you die?
No.
That's great.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So last week we speculated that Tyrese would stay behind with the baby and Carl, but it was Michonne, and Tyrese went to Atlanta. Were we shocked? Is that surprising?
A little, but I could
Okay.
it kind of makes sense because he's looking after Sasha.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's worried about her behalf, and aren't they brother and sister?
They are indeed.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Tyrese's big brother.
Let's just stick together.
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I mean, I was shocked a little bit, especially because
Yeah, so he's
Michonne, didn't
got
she?
to look after his baby sister.
Didn't
Like-
Michonne have a child at one point too?
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, and it was a problem for her, but I think she's kind of gotten through that.
Yeah. We saw that in last season, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I figured there's still some kind of harbored emotion there.
Yeah, probably. Deep down.
Seems cool.
Yeah, but I mean, she bonded with Rick and Carl over the last season, so.
I mean, I am glad that Tyrese ended up going, for
Mhm.
what it's worth, because, well, one, he had a dissenting opinion, which I don't know if Michonne would have had, and I think it's good for him to get out of the church once in a while and stretch his legs and murder people and kidnap and such.
Well, no,
you know.
you need the
Family time.
You know.
ideas that will avoid casualties like Tyrese had.
Right, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, at least I don't know if Michonne would have disagreed
No, you're right.
with Tyrese. So,
Daryl would have been the only one.
right,
thought that
and
they
I don't know
should
if his.
rush in.
I mean, they probably still would have listened, but it was nice to
Yeah.
have two people with the same opinion.
I mean, I'm not. Well, yeah, but Daryl might not have come up with that on his own. 'Cause Tyrese came up with that plan.
Mhm.
When they do Daryl sides with Tyrese, what do you think was going through Rick's mind? Because he started staring at Daryl before he said, "All right," just kind of staring him down.
It was more like a, "Are you serious?"
Mhm.
You know, and almost like a questioning the authority, where Rick has become for a while just the what he says goes.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, like, oh
Alpha.
God, everybody else is kind of bringing up their own opinion. I don't know what to think. Well, I guess I got to go along with it.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, Rick gave up the dictatorship a while ago, but it sort of, I guess, always felt like it was still dictatorship because everyone just went along with what Rick said. So yeah, it's opposing forces.
I like
Oh.
seeing the conflict though. Like, it's much more dynamic, I guess, to see that not everybody's gonna agree all the time, and
Yeah.
it's gonna come down because, like you said, the dictatorship has been going on. Even though people didn't agree, they went along with it, and now they're not agreeing and they're stepping up and sticking up for what they actually feel instead of just going along with the flow.
They may have
Yeah.
gave up the dictatorship, but the dictatorship always was around.
Well, yeah, it was
You
a
know,
comfort
when
thing.
no one
more so.
wanted to make a decision, everybody
I
kind of
think so.
pushed out and was like, "Oh, well, let Rick decide. Rick's the leader."
Mm-hmm.
Like, well,
Well, yeah, they were used to
he
it.
didn't
for so
want to
long.
be the leader all the time, but
No.
you made him, so he might as well make the decisions.
It was a
He's
comfort
used to
thing.
that by now. But I
See,
think
But I don't. Oh, sorry.
no, go.
I was gonna say I don't really think he was that upset about it. I think it was just kind of like, oh, so there is another idea.
Exactly.
All right, cool.
Realized
Like, he
event-
wasn't like, I don't think he was offended or upset. I think he was just like, oh, I guess we could do that too. And I think he's kind of, I think that look was more like, okay, I'm not the only one who's smart and can make decisions here. Like, I think he's kind of hoping I'm hoping he's learning that he's learning to listen to other people, because I didn't see like anger in his face when he shot that glance or anything like that.
No, you know what I saw? A bit of disappointment, because Daryl's always been one of his yes men, like his best bro, and now he's going against what Rick thinks is the better surefire plan.
Daryl's growing up though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we saw that a lot last episode too, when we see the self-help book kind of, fall out of his bag. Like he's actively looking to change his life, and he's growing from there. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. When Daryl talked Rick down out of shooting that cop, what do you think that Rick wanted to kill that cop, or he thought that it was necessary?
I think it was a standoff.
Partial
Like he was waiting to see what the cop would do, and had it as a defense mechanism.
I thought it was a scare tactic sort of thing.
Like if the cop steps too far across the line, I am going to shoot him.
Yeah. I actually expected Rick to just shoot him.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do that again.
Yeah, just like the termites. Thought it was going to be another one of that.
No remorse.
Rick is definitely a lot more ruthless, but I don't know. He's kind of softening up in his old age.
Well, I think it's that Rick has seen so many standoffs like that, attempts at peace go south, that if he sees someone who's standing against him, the best way to resolve it to him in his mind is to just kill him.
Yeah. Don't forget that
they're not going to hurt us if they're dead. Yeah.
Don't forget that one cop is like, excuse me, if you don't mind my asking, just the way you carry yourself. You're a policeman, So he's still...
No, Sitwell, I'm not!
It's the Sitwell cop.
He's still like... He's got the demeanor, but he doesn't have that mentality anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the same way with soldiers. You can... If you've been a soldier, you can pick out the way you hold yourself.
And he still uses tactics like a cop would,
Well, it'll never go away. I'm sure it was embedded into his mind, and it's now something that's just second nature now.
He's always going to be a negotiator. He's always going to be an interrogator. It's always what's going to happen.
Yeah, and that's definitely needed.
Mm-hmm.
So the captured cops, one wanted to start a coup and take down Dawn, and the other one wanted to negotiate with her. Were they all lying? Because definitely Sitwell was lying because he pushed Sasha into the window.
Exactly.
Do you think that other one really wanted to take Dawn down, or was she just lying to get them to let her go?
I think she's lying too.
Liar.
Well, we're definitely going to find out next episode when they,
show down there.
I don't know if they were lying. I think it's one of those. There maybe to a degree they were lying, but isn't there always a hint of truth in every lie, or at least good lies anyway?
I mean, I could believe if they wanted to take Dawn down. I mean, they all hate her, so I don't see why they wouldn't want to take Dawn down. But if they were actually follow through with it in that scenario, I don't think so.
Right.
They don't trust these guys yet, enough.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I believe they are all against Dawn, but yeah, as Michelle even said, you can't trust these people. They're brand. You don't know them. Would you trust Rick, who's just pointing a gun at your face? I wouldn't.
I would. He's handsome.
But I think they're also thinking these people didn't shoot us on sight. You could probably negotiate with them.
So they're either really smart or really stupid. So.
They're probably really stupid.
Yeah, you never know.
Stupid in the same way Dawn is stupid, because Dawn is really smart, but she's also really stupid.
She's naive.
So much responsibility for her actions.
She is
one set way of thinking, and it's like...
I wouldn't say stupid, I'd say naive.
Yeah.
She's willfully blinding herself is what she's doing. She's
like,
this is very fragile, it has to be like this, or it's all gonna crumble. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, but
it's like she's trying to keep a broken home together, and it's just, It's almost sad to watch now.
Yeah, but the way she keeps people there in the first place, is like keeping them hostage against their will by telling them that they need to help out because that they help them. So now you have to help out, and your debt is basically never paid off.
Do you think that Dawn actually believes that?
Or did life?
I mean, on one level, of course, she's got to know it's a bit of a scam. But do you think she really believes that they're helping?
I think she does. I think she...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, she has to a degree because look at what she did with Beth.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of that, what do you think are Dawn's motivations for helping Carol? What's her end game?
I think she believes that she's another strong character. And maybe that will actually help almost bring a secondary coup in case the rest of the police decide to turn on her.
A strong-willed woman, maybe.
You're talking about Beth?
Yeah, you get Beth and you get Carol because she knew she was pretty strong.
Well, she
got hit by a freaking car.
That's true, but she doesn't really know Carol. So
she's ready to
she's really making any judgments based on Carol.
But does she know that Beth is paying specific interest in Carol that she may know her? Do you think that's a thought that Dawn has?
I was going to say.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I just think because of the way when she went into the room and then because of the way that Beth was overhearing them speak about the equipment, using it, and the DVD player and all that, and then she's like, oh no, blah, blah, blah. The way that Beth, I would have thought John would sense something suspicious there.
I don't know, because that's also
because then she's
something about Joanna or whatever the dead one was. She's shown that she cares about people in general. So I'm not sure that Dawn knows. That Beth knows Carol. They're gonna know when Ricky and the gang roll up and say, "You have two of our people, Beth and Carol." And be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, they definitely realized at that point, but just the way Dawn was like snapping at Beth, look what you did, you've killed her now. Just because Beth stood up for...
Hints to say, like, I know, or I think I know, you know who, or I know, I think that you know who she is. Yeah. Trying to say that right. Because she's like, essentially, turn off her machines, that's it. You killed her.
You killed your own friend, unless you want to freaking jump in there.
That's what makes me think she knows, like, something.
Well, no, she said you've killed that woman because Beth was challenging her basically by calling out that cop.
Yep.
So Dawn couldn't have her authority be challenged. So that's why she's like, well, I had to say that now because you pushed me to a corner where I,
God forbid I run a tight ship here.
Yeah, and she's like, you kind of are showing me up there a little bit. But, yeah, I guess I could see it in that way, too. But, I don't know. There was a sense when that was going down. I was like, she might know something.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
So, was the new Bob, not Bob backwards, he'll never be
Bob 2.
Bob backwards.
Bob
backwards. Was Sasha's reason for helping him just because his name was Bob?
No.
I think there was a little.
Well, you saw her reaction to when he said his name was Bob.
Yeah, I think there was a little, like, obviously it's not, I fall in love with anybody named Bob, but it was more of, irony, ironic, I don't know. It was, I think, serendipitous to her that he was, Bob, and he needs help. A person named Bob needs my help. And she looked up to the heavens and said, thank you, Bob. I will redeem myself now. I'm an idiot.
And Bob was yelling back down, no, don't do it, goddamn.
No.
Also, he was a kind-hearted... Like, in the same point, he was trying to help them no matter what, so it was more like a pity thing almost, where it's like, oh, here's a Bob, he's acting kind of like the Bob I knew, well, maybe I should try to help.
It always...
Crap, I'm screwed.
It'll always strike her, of course. anybody.
It was more that I still think because she did speak with, she had that moment with Tyrese where, she kind of started to, I guess, resolve the fact that she didn't kill Bob, and had Tyrese do it, and I think she was starting to reconcile that, and I think she saw this as part of her path to redemption. Like, okay, I couldn't, finish, finish killing the man I loved because he was going to turn. Okay, I can help him do the same thing, kinda. And brownie points with Jesus? I don't know.
No, I mean, I can see that.
That's where I kind of lose it, because it's just like, why would you go up alone? Why would you go up alone?
Why would you leave him standing behind you?
Why would you go up alone?
You could you.
She's a little bit special.
She was
A little
trusting.
bit.
She's a little too trusting
One of the few things I had a problem with this show.
What?
But anyway.
Wait, what's the few thing? What?
It was one of the things I had a problem with. Just, that was so dumb.
Because they gotta give a
In that episode.
It's like, plot twisting. It's like, no.
Yeah, well, I mean...
No.
Well, okay, wait. So that actor played a character on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. who turned out... Is that a spoiler? Well, he was a jerk. And I was like, I can't trust him. But then I was like, wait, no, maybe he's good this time. And then he bashes her into the window. I'm like, nope, should have trusted him. Should know better.
Yeah, anybody who comes up behind you and it's like, yeah, no.
I mean, the whole situation was just...
When you get into that, you get into, like, typecasting, right? So,
Yes.
like, what's the guy in Scream, the actor that played Cotton Weary, right? You always...
Oh.
Yeah, you always got Cotton as, like, is he a villain? Like, you're always questioning yourself. So now, like, I saw him in another movie. What was it? I think it was Salt, right? He was in Salt.
Salt?
Yeah, with...
oh, that's right.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, with Angelina Jolie. And
They filmed that.
he's kind of in another one of those roles, and I don't want to state which way it goes, but it's one of those, every time you see him, you're questioning, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy? And I do that every role I see the guy in. So, now I'm going to do the same thing with this actor. Whenever I see him in something, I'm gonna shoehorn him into this typecast role.
I was just gonna
Yeah,
say,
and I think that goes for a lot of characters coming through Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now.
Yeah.
I think the resume
It'll
was
never
like,
be the same.
Good at dicking friends over.
I need to watch
I
that.
got the pot.
Is that your new website, John? DickingFriendsover.com?
If you will look at my resume, I'm very good at betraying people.
You just have a list of everybody who's dicked you over?
I might go get that.
Hashtag dicked over pics.
Yes.
Hashtag
Oh,
dicked
that's a
over.
good idea.
Just feeding that Twitter, John. Just feeding that Twitter.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think about Team Greatham? Greatham?
Best acronym ever.
It's adorable.
It is.
I would have preferred great.
Great. Oh my god, that's even better. Great.
But that's just me. I think it's adorable. And
I
really think they were the best part of the episode.
Yeah.
seeing light of things in the dark.
We're the
days
four
here.
best friends that anyone could ever have.
We'll go with
It was three of them. It was three of them.
Three.
The three best friends.
That anyone could have.
Let's go fishing.
And they found a Clio, which is fun.
Hey, is that guy dead? I don't know. Want to go fish? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the water's cleaner up there? I don't know. But
Speaking of the fishing, though, like, when they're like, oh, see those bubbles? Those are totally fish. I was waiting for that to be a zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, there was actually fish.
There was.
That was
I was waiting for them to, like, go wading in the water with a net and, like, a zombie to get caught in the net and, like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or be piranha fish, zombie fish.
And then they Scooby-Doo run away.
Zombie piranhas! Oh my god, wait, zombie piranhas!
And all the water would like come flying.
Oh, this isn't Resident Evil. There's no zombie piranhas.
Yeah,
I
we've
know.
discussed this in the past, but, like, this zombie-type disease does not affect animals, correct?
No, it does not.
It affects bananas, though. You gotta watch bananas.
Does it affect primates, though?
Bananas.
It's a good question. We
haven't been to a zoo.
We
so
have not.
No. But we've been
There's
around
not exactly a lot of
before,
wild monkeys.
though. And
Yeah, but I haven't seen a monkey.
like on Herschel's farm, we've been around animals before.
Right, but I'm
Nothing.
saying like the
Yeah,
monkey's the closest human to human DNA. Right?
Yeah.
So if it affects us, because not all, but most human viruses affect monkeys, chimpanzees, gorillas, etc., and vice versa. So I'm curious.
What about dolphins?
Sure.
I will eat your flesh!
Well, because dolphins have like as great of a brain capacity as humans.
And whales.
Well, brain capacity
Yeah, well-
and DNA structure are two
it's very
different things.
the thing that we know, or at least we can guess, at least from what. Well, actually, we don't know what we can trust from Eugene anymore.
I know.
But at least what
Well,
I was
that's
under
not
the
true.
impression of was this was a biological attack. The zombies, the virus,
Mhm.
or at least it was designed as like a man-made virus. So
Biological warfare.
it makes sense that it would only work on humans, at least now, until it mutates. If it does mutate, which it probably
If
will.
it hasn't already.
Or it might
Yes,
have
this is true.
already somewheres.
Nature.
Yeah.
Nah,
Life
you know what?
will find a way.
It
Yeah.
was just cow farts. A bunch of cows farted.
It's all the
Or
methane.
the zombies.
We know the pigs are okay because
Right.
Mm-hmm.
they had the pigs on the farm.
Didn't they have cows at one point?
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
I think Herschel did.
Herschel might have
Yeah.
had
I
cows.
know he had chickens.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But chickens are decent people, so they're probably fine.
So the fish are okay. We know that much.
Yep.
And horses? Did they have a horse?
Oh, there were.
I mean, we've seen dogs
There were
too.
horses.
Okay.
Dogs are okay.
Dogs,
The
deer.
horses were fine.
Yeah.
Squirrels,
So for the
rabbits.
most part, animals are good. I'm really skeptical about monkeys, and
Yeah, I mean,
And-
unless we go to a zoo.
I want to. now.
Oh, let them go to the Atlanta Zoo. Come
I
on.
really want to see
Zombie
this.
That
one.
would-
gorillas.
Yeah, that would
Mm.
also depend on them getting free
Gorilla.
of their cages.
Right, babe.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't get free of their cages, they probably died of starvation.
I want it to happen.
Do zombies
But
die
in
of
that case,
starvation?
they would be no, the apes. But in that case, then we would see if they turned into zombies
Right.
or not. If they were just dead on the floor, then no.
Definitely
If they
do
were,
Or there would be food for the latter.
I'm gonna have to start mass tweeting the Walking Dead producers and get an answer to this question.
you gotta tweet the
Right.
Talking Dead.
Yes, I will
Oh,
tweet.
Chris Hardwick.
Tweet
Oh.
Chris Hardwick.
Oh, Chris Hardwick.
It was his
Well-
birthday yesterday. You could have tweeted it as a special birthday tweet.
Happy birthday!
Listen.
Are apes affected by the zombie virus?
Yes.
Guys, because,
No.
wait.
Because
We
Chris
can-
Hardwick
we can-
has final say in all of The Walking Dead.
Oh, he definitely does, Dom.
Hold on. We can send him a Skype thing later because it's the mid-season finale special. So
Yes, that's true.
we can like shoot him a
we can
video
send him
message,
Skype
be like,
message.
bro, level with me.
We should send it with the podcast background too.
Oh, please.
We should.
That would totally not get on the show for advertisement
No.
purpose reasons.
Oh, we don't want advertisement. We're actually asking you a question.
All right.
I
Hold
know.
on. We'll decide this democratically. Who's the prettiest?
John, definitely.
Hmm.
Okay.
We all agree it's John.
Sure.
Okay,
Dom Greco.
Got it.
let's
I'm on it.
digress.
I'm going to do it.
So, what the hell was Gabriel thinking? And where is he going?
Well, he's thinking he's an idiot, and he's going to get himself killed.
Do you think he wants to die? Do you think that's what it
I
is?
think he's a cow because he kept looking back at the church and where it said "You will burn for this," and I don't know. Is it?
He still has a dark secret that hasn't been revealed, but at the same time, his entire church was just disassembled.
I mean that I assume that was his dark secret. The that he let his congregation die because he
That's
wouldn't let
what I
them into the
thought.
church.
And now it's just eating.
And now it's just the guilt is eating away at him.
exactly.
I feel like there's more to it.
There might be. I mean, there very well could be. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that.
Like, the way
You don't
that he
know about
was... I understand the blood that he was scrubbing was from the other dudes in there, but just from the way he went nuts at the very opening of this thing and like spit into his hand and is like scrubbing the floors trying to get the blood off. Like, I really thought that his hands were gonna start bleeding from doing that.
Yeah, that's what I actually said that. I was like, you're gonna have another layer of blood if you keep doing that.
Yeah, Pat was like, what
Yeah.
the hell is he doing?
Well, he's
I'm
trying
like,
to scrub away his
he's weird.
sins, but he's a freaking
Well,
nut job.
I
I
don't
feel
think,
like he does have blood on his hands directly.
he's a radical.
I don't think it's directly. He's too much of a coward to have lied to a man like Rick.
I think that he is attempting, because obviously the church is no longer a positive place for him to be because of what he's done and the bloodshed that's taken place there, and also they're tearing it apart, literally.
No.
So I feel like
Manhole.
Are you gonna
he's
take
like,
the cross too?
This isn't my church. You might if we need it. Yeah, you. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, if we need it. What he said, boss.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, Muggsy.
so, like, I
It's
feel
a
like maybe
fair-
he's trying to find himself in a way. Like, okay, if I can't be in the church, let's see if I can be outside. He's working on it. He almost had his first kill. I was almost proud of him.
Almost. But then he saw the cross and he was like, you know.
He took the machete.
That zombie's a woman of God.
he did. He took
took the
Yep.
machete to pry up the floorboards and then left it.
A weapon that you
I
could
didn't
have.
say he was smart. I said he was trying to
he's
find
definitely not
himself.
that. He's definitely not that. I don't know. There may be a possibility that he does want to die, although he did fight back. I don't know.
I don't think he
He's-
wants to die.
It's weird.
Something's distracting him. That's what it is, I think.
I also don't
I
see
just
why
think
he
his-
couldn't just leave.
His morals are still in check. He's not prepared for this world.
No.
Yeah.
Sad.
I don't. Yeah.
And
don't know.
unfortunately, like if the zombie apocalypse was to happen, that would still be ring true. There would be people out there that couldn't bring themselves to kill the zombies. It
Oh, yeah.
would happen, and they'd be zombies. They'd be zombie fodder. They'd be the first to go.
That's true.
It's
He
just
just
surprising
got
that
incredibly
Gabriel has
lucky.
lasted as long as he did.
He got
That's his
incredibly
problem.
lucky.
Yeah, he's just having,
Because
Church of the
I'm
Middle
sure I've
Kids.
done this before, but I compared him to a mouse, where him just being in the church with all the doors locked, quiet. Zombies didn't know he was in there.
quiet.
And they
Yeah.
left the area.
I mean, but he's had to go and scavenge for food too, but it seems like he hasn't done that alone either. Like, he had people with him, and like we saw that with Rick and stuff, he had people doing it. And at that point, when you're having people murder these zombies for your benefit, you know, at that point, you're aware, you're conscious of it, you're there present to see it happening. You're just as much an accomplice at that point than anything. That I don't understand why an event like that wouldn't be the catalyst for having his first kill. Because his morals are already not completely intact at that point.
It's true.
Yeah, but in turn, he could feel justified because, oh, I'm not the one actually doing it.
Holding the gun to the head or the knife to the whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, he
That
just-
doesn't make it right still. Like, you're...
I
In his
fully
eyes,
agree.
he can make it perfectly right.
No,
guilty-
it's not about it being right. It's about him pushing it down.
Right. That's
'Cause we
exactly
saw
what he's doing. He's suppressing it.
We saw copies of handwritten Bibles. He has just been reading it over and over,
Yeah,
and
trying
just that
to-
distraction, so he doesn't have to think about it.
Exactly. He's trying to distract himself with his good, his being good.
Yeah, well, it ain't
I
freaking
know.
working.
9.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope this is kind of like a, yeah, he ran off. We're not going to see him again for a very long time, and then we're going to find a zombie.
I was just gonna say that. Zombie.
Speaking of zombies, is Eugene a zombie? Did he wake up as a walker?
Let's just say I don't know. I guess it'll.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, I'm saying yes.
For the sole purpose, if Eugene was a zombie, they would have had him woke up clearly as a zombie.
Yes.
And then Maggie probably would have shot him. Yeah.
Listen, I mean, the sound that emitted from him
Hey,
sounded like a
don't.
walker. There was no.
You think he was a zombie?
What about
I really
what
thought
about
it
when
was-
Rick What
No.
about when Rick went into the coma on the couch and he woke up with those exact same
there you
groans?
They weren't exactly the same.
They were pretty
Citing
guttural.
evidence. Yeah.
I mean,
We thought he turned.
I could see both.
Well, I'm
But-
going
For a
off the
second.
fact that he got punched pretty damn hard in the nose. So
Yeah, but
his
he
nose
hit
is
his
probably
head.
broken to the point that he's gonna sound like.
Yeah, but he hit his head and he did hit the pavement too. I mean, that's pretty rough. You have a lot of hemorrhaging internally that could kill you.
But
I'm not saying he
it
doesn't
wasn't
have
a
brain
groan.
damage.
He
I
didn't
call
groan.
the council to vote.
Hold on, I'm not done. He didn't groan. He just went. He just made like a he couldn't breathe really,
Yeah.
and that lays credence to the broken nose thing. So I don't
Am
know.
I alone? Am I literally alone?
You are
No,
a
Clio,
woman on an
like,
island.
I could see your point, but I also see the guys.
What is this, a women versus men thing now?
It might be.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we will start the
Still
He-Man
minority.
Women Haters Club.
I'm so sure I'm right though.
And that is Clio. I'm on your side. No.
Yeah, you're only on her side because you're a girl.
That's rude.
And with
no.
the sexism, John,
That is
where
not
can
rude.
people find
That is
you?
rude.
No, because I could see he would have died. I could see how.
Probably
John,
on
where can
Twitter.
people find you?
I could
They
see
can
how
find
he
me on
would
Twitter.
die.
Not saying racist.
It's a
things,
cliffhanger for next week.
Hey, I'm saying. I'm
Ask Michelle,
saying
where can the
he's
people
still
find
alive.
Who
you?
wants to see dicks? I'm gonna tweet dicks. Ready?
That's a cliffhanger for next week.
Dicks. Dixity dicks dicks. There it is. Here's
Ask
your dick,
Michelle, where can
everybody.
people find you?
At Pichelle and in.
Dom, where can the
That's
people
my
find you?
space wrap.
You can find me down below at Phenomadom, PHENOMEDOM.
I thought there was a song that rhymed with that.
Do-do-do-do.
Phenomenon. You can find me at Clio Moto, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and right here on YouTube. So
Yeah.
go follow us. We'll see you next week.
We have a Tinder, guys, I swear.
And a Tinder. Yes. Oh, finally somebody
We
count
cannot
No,
have Tinder.
no Tinder. It's not going down, and I'm not yelling
Me and
Tinder.
Eric are
We
gonna.
have it.
Bye, you better move.
You
Me
can
and
just
Eric
put
you get.
my dick pics on the Tinder. Duh.
Find the dick
Oh.
pics at
At
Tinder.
Tinder.com.
No more.
And no more.
No more, not Tinder.
Yeah.
.tinder.com /dick
Tinder.edu.
pics.
Hey, Dom, are we still